say on that show? Welcome back, welcome back,
Welcome back,
welcome back.
welcome back.
Yes. So, wow, we have
That is
a lot of catching up to do, right? For the last
whew,
2 or so weeks, jumping in
goodness.
and out, a little bit of traveling,
Yep.
different things going on with our father and our mom.
Yay. hmm
Um, and it's definitely summer, people. It's summer. So we are Connecticut Housewives.
And Housewives of Connecticut.
So I'm Nubia, and
I'm Ajua.
all right. So, all right, let's just jump in because it's summertime. People are doing things. If
Let's
you're
go.
one of our local people, our people who are out of the country on different continents, come on in, or catch the replay. And then once you catch the replay, put in pound replay for us so that we know.
Yeah.
So I just had a really fun family trip to Jamaica. That was exhilarating. And yes,
Yes.
we are actually 1 hour early because it's like graduation time. My son has graduation parties to go to and all those type of things. So we just kind of bumped it up. And that's the thing, when I don't work for somebody else, you can just kind of like we can make our own hours, we can make our own time, we can just do this thing, right?
Exactly.
So tell us. So what are some fun things? What's been going on with you? I know your son that actually lives in Connecticut is actually in Texas. Is that correct?
Oh, you got it. That was going to be my first thing. Matthew Joseph is here and hanging out, making. Let me just tell you, he made the best chicken shrimp fettuccine. I mean, he's going to put some companies out of business here. When my husband is a diehard Taco Tuesday dude, right?
Yeah.
When he actually takes to go what do you call that, leftovers on a Taco Tuesday.
What? Wait. Your hubby ate leftovers in the whole 30 odd some years. Like I've never known him really to be the leftover guy.
Right? So that's when it is delicious. I'm trying to readjust my stand here.
Don't readjust it. So okay, I'm in Connecticut. It's getting warmer for us. I just left Jamaica, all right, and you're in Houston. But you know what? I'm gonna say it's hot and humid. I live by the water, and so this fan is rotating in the room. I'm gonna have to have this fan blowing on me because
Whatever. It's like you will learn what he is because that is not he. That's cute.
whatever.
So you
It's
say
heat
I'm
for
like
me.
whatever.
So
Whatever.
so many things have been going on. Like I said, so we took it's probably more like 9 days, 10 days. And so if you haven't seen, I need to go back in and update. Yeah, we flew to Jamaica. It was all good. And when you're on vacation, you kind of want to stay a little bit longer, but not by sitting in the airport all day long and then finding out that your flight was delayed, and then canceled. So from the time you get there, you plan all morning to get out the room on time, 12 o'clock ish. Take that, you pay for the bus to get you from the hotel to the airport.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and then another delay or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like by the time we got to the hotel, it was after 10 p.m. because they had to get all them folks. I don't even know how many people were on that flight. Like 100-something people were on that flight, and they put they dished us out to all these different. So they got to call around to see if there's enough room at the last minute after 4 p.m. because it was like 9 o'clock for rooms for there was 3 buses, and I think each bus maybe held 60 people. I don't really know. But I tell you what, it was a beautiful place. The first place we stayed at was Sea Garden. And that was beautiful. But my goodness gracious, when they drove us an hour away to the next place, I was like, oh my gosh.
Who was it?
It was just up in the mountains in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So it was like a pavilion, marble floors, castle. Well, the other one had marble floors, so I don't want to discredit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I can't. And then you didn't really get to see much of the scenery going up because it was dark by that time. And of course, it was an accident on their two-lane main road in Jamaica, and people were trying to get up on the sidewalk. People were trying to get their cars up on the sidewalk to make room for the fire truck that was coming out because it was an accident.
Yeah.
So that's when you kind of appreciate the United States for just a little bit, because there's room, there's little sidebars for you to go
Yeah.
over and get out the way.
Mhm.
But when you're
Right.
only have 2 lanes and there's no sidebar, people are trying to park on
Mm-hmm.
the sidewalk. You don't want to go to
Yeah.
the the barrier because then you're on the next lane going in the
Right.
opposite direction.
Yikes.
But the food, the water, it was wonderful. So that's like celebrating turning 60 and my son graduating and my other daughter got to
Oh,
pop in
can you pull that
from
that
Korea.
get my pen from the table, please? Sorry.
So my
So
other
the
so
dryer washer, I moved my spot location, and my washer and dryer like driving me a little annoyance.
oh I couldn't hear it. But and then my other daughter popped in from South Korea.
Yes.
Even that. What is up with the airlines? They charge so much money. I've been seeing lately, they charge so much money, but when you get there, they still charge you to put your luggage in.
Mm.
They still charge you an extra if you pick out your own seat. And then you're
Wow.
only getting peanuts and Sprite.
Remember the day where they actually gave you a whole meal when you were on a plane? They used to give
Uh
you like a whole. Thank you, Sonny.
way back in the way back in the
Yeah.
day. I
Yeah.
remember I used to work for Continental Airlines, and that was a thing. I said to the one person, I said, "What happened to compensating your people?" He said, "Yeah, that's why Continental Airlines went out of business." But they were really good compensators, that's for sure.
Well, they actually merged into other,
Yeah, they did. They merged.
airlines. So just like Pan Am. Remember Pan Am?
Yeah, barely, but yes,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I tell you what,
So
though, waking up and having somebody else fix your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
yeah.
So that little challenge thing that I was on, where you lose weight, and I joined the gym. Even though
Yeah.
we got up and we did do our walking, some in the morning and then some in the evening. Um, I just thought that I'd have more access to fresh coconut juice and freshly squeezed papaya juice or mango juice, and they had all those juices, but they were supplying so many people. I can't imagine that it would have been fresh. You know what I mean? I wasn't in the backpack.
But I think every time I've gone to like say a all inclusive, boy,
Yeah.
they have that right on tap. It's like automatic. Boom, there it is.
Oh yeah.
And that amount of people, I'd like to say that it has got to be fresh because there's no way you could actually keep it for long periods of time. But
Um,
fresh.
but the amount of people that they had to
Yeah.
have it in a container and squeeze it like apple juice. Let me just go down there and get Japple. I'm telling you, you can't squeeze that amount. You can't squeeze that amount for
Yeah.
that
No,
amount of people that you have on a regular.
yeah.
That's just mine. But breakfast, lunch, and dinner was awesome. Of course, I didn't have very many omelets because who wants omelets when you can have ackee and saltfish, and you can
Hello.
have cornmeal porridge
Yeah. Yeah.
and callaloo for breakfast, and which is kind of, and they also had what's that? It's a small looking, it's not cabbage looking, bok choy. They took that bok choy and they shredded it up
Mm.
and they cooked it like
Mm.
callaloo or like a collard green. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was so good. That was so good. I mean, I did a cooking class on Caribbean style food.
Yes, there has one guy I used to follow. He made the food look so delicious, like you want to go out and make it like right now. And that's the kind of
Mhm.
chef. You can't get the chef to come to you. Go to the YouTube, and they will give you a good quality chef to follow. So and
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
Oh, and we follow a few good chefs on
Yeah.
YouTube and on Instagram. You know what I mean. But it would be fun next time to go on vacation and to book a cooking class ahead of time.
Oh my
I've known
God.
people. Yeah, I've known
Yeah.
people who've done that. That would be
Uh-huh.
pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then so then with our flight being delayed, it pushes back because my other daughter had to go on I'll say a job thing in California, and she wanted to see her sister again before when we all touched down. Because that flight was late, we had we were scrambling because
No.
what is up with customs? So it was
Yeah.
customs in Charlotte, North Carolina, because you have to go through when you come from international, you have to go through like either Boston, New York, or
Miami.
Charlotte, Miami, which was having a flood situation
Yeah.
at the time. But their flight took
Mhm.
off all right. Their flight took off fine. But I
What?
think our flight was supposed to get in at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. 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 9 o'clo around or after 9:30 p.m. and Charlotte Customs, like U.S. Customs government, said no. They're like, can't you just pay your people overtime? I can't imagine this being the first time this ever happened.
Right.
You know, and they're like, no, we're not going to stay open. So the amount of money that they think that they saved by not paying their employees overtime, they had to, American Airlines, I'm just going to put it out there, had to take all their 150, 130, 200, whatever passengers, put them in a room, get people to bust them up, and then food vouchers for the next morning, you know.
But you know what? That's a whole separate entity. That's why the other side doesn't care.
Right, exactly.
If we're all interconnected, then maybe they would be working together a little better, you know? So
you know, it's the captain of the flight. If the gentleman who was the pilot, head pilot, whatever, if he chose to just take off anyway and land in North Carolina, then they would have had that hustle of boarding and getting those people all vouchers and getting buses and finding hotels.
Yeah.
I'm
but
just
they
saying,
all have regulations, and that he'd probably be fined, or the company would be fined for that.
Well, somebody's being fined right now, whoever made that decision to not open. And I'm talking about it because you know what?
Yeah.
I was told by some family members on my husband's side that as of a month ago, there's a regulation, a law was changed and passed that if your flight gets canceled for any reason, you need to get a full refund. And I think that might be even based on whether or not they still make arrangements for you. So I'm putting it out there on this YouTube, and I'm gonna tag any and everybody that I can because so by the time we did,
it's like you're gonna need your gold money back.
You know, they had us going through Charlotte again. The next day. They had all of us when we got off the bus at the hotel. They said everybody needs to be at this spot at 6:30 in the morning. So by the time we got there, got something to eat because we were all starving because we were in the hotel, we were in the airport the whole day. And then you get there, we didn't have regular, you know, it was like whatever the restaurant portion, I'm sure was closed, but they had another fun area we can go and eat. And by the time that food came, you get to the room, it's like 11 o'clock. I'm on the phone the whole time trying to call from Montego Bay to American Airlines to have my flight changed. I'm like, I'm not even going through Charlotte because even by the time we put our bags down at the hotel, people were looking at their phones, and the next day flight, it was already saying it was going to be delayed for some reason. Or early in the morning, it was already delayed again. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going through there. So I stay on the phone for like 45 minutes, including getting disconnected and calling back again.
Yes.
And I said, just either put me either put me nonstop or get me a flight from Montego Bay to Boston to anywhere else but Charlotte. I'm like, we're not playing. So they got me a flight, all of us to New York, and I thought we can get a rental car, but the last minute rental and it doesn't guarantee that American Airlines would reimburse me. So, honey, we took them luggages and stuff, and we got in them train. Took the Airbus, found a train, and then went to Grand Central Station. I mean, thank God my adult children, including my teenage boy, they all could figure it out, you know? And so that was way less than trying to get a car or rental at $800 last minute. It probably would have been about, because even when you do it ahead of time, it's still going to be like $500, $800 for, well, no, my husband usually does it for a week, but still, when you do it at the last minute, we would have needed like a Suburban type car to get all 5 people and the luggage. So we took that train, honey, from New York to Connecticut.
Train is good.
Most peaceful ride. Oh my! And then as we're watching the highway, it was pouring down rain, and all the cars on the highway were stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we got there. My daughter put her stuff down. Rewashed her clothes, repacked her bag, and then my husband drove her back to JFK because her flight was leaving at 6 a.m.
Oh Lord!
That's not even the end of the story.
And how many hours is that actually on the plane? I don't think we're talking about that.
I just want to say maybe 12 or 14. I don't really, you know, because there's a time change too.
Yeah.
But she got her ticket. She had 2 suitcases and a carry-on. As she was sitting there before my husband and her siblings left, her flight was delayed. She looked at the ticket. She's like, she had to run back to the counter. She says, I'm not going to make it. The plane just got delayed. By the time this plane lands, I'm going to miss my connection.
Right.
So we had to call Asian Air, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my goodness.
It has been I don't even think I'm gonna get, full rest and sleep until next week sometime because I'm trying to still catch up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to put her back in the car. Thank God my husband didn't leave her.
Right.
Get back in the car with her luggage, drive to another part because JFK is a really big airport.
Big place.
Drive to another place and then put her on the plane. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Let's see. Travel and music shorts. Hello. Hello, GOGD and Anji and yes, let's see. Shoaib. Shake. Sorry for messing up your name. But we appreciate all that have come on and
I'm
all
able to
that.
see it. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see that the black man.
Yes. So like I said, so anyway, so how's Pop? I'm sorry to dominate the whole first part of the conversation.
Oh, and you did not. So like I said, so we have a lot to cover. So, but he's doing. I want to say on Thursday last week he was like a PTOT, like master. He was just doing it all.
PT
And
Warrior. That's why he was the PT Warrior.
Don't take it, PT Warrior. Yeah. So but I saw him. Yeah. So I saw him each day. We took him. So I'll let's say he's tired. To start out, he's tired, but he's still doing what he needs to happen. And it has to, he's still doing his rehabbing to get out of the rehab.
Yeah.
Because you got to have your body strong in order to be able to leave. But Father's Day was on Sunday, so ironically enough, my youngest son, who's coming from Connecticut, and my daughter's beau, I call him like a Boaz, like boyfriend, beau. He actually, the beau and the son and the papa went to church all together.
Oh, nice.
That was amazing. So we enjoyed ourselves. Pop got a little chilly and a little bit tired toward the end. So we just kind of like excused ourselves. And I said, well, what do you want to do? Rather than get him a card saying Happy Father's Day, I said, what do you want to do? How about IHOP? And he said, yeah, because he loves anything steak and eggs, right? So we went and we had his, what did I say that egg was again? Not
Eggs
poached.
Benedict. Eggs
Egg
Benedict.
Benedict, yes. And he had the poblano because we're in Texas. So it had steak and a little bit of poblano.
Okay, what's that?
It's actually like a pepper. And so it has like peppers on it, and so it's got a little bit of heat, but it's not a whole lot, like a mild heat to it with steak on it.
Yeah.
A little bit of kick indeed. So he enjoyed it. I mean, he didn't eat the whole thing because his appetite's not like where it used to be, but for him, he enjoyed that thing. Yeah. So that was amazing. Yes. So, and then from there, we ended up bringing him back because for him, that's ended up being a long day. So that was his Sunday, Father's Day. Then we had him on Saturday also. Saturday, all my children, just like the show back in the day, all my children were here, all 5, and their babies were at my house on Saturday, and the papa. Man, we picked him up in the morning, and we didn't bring him back to like 9:30 in the evening. He was so tired. When he's on the couch and he has the legs up and he's scooching down like a bed, it's time to bring back home. Trying to go 9 nights.
Yeah.
But their kids came and they swam, and we had the youngest from the 3-month-old all the way up to the 14-year-old grandchild, all in the pool by my house here, and they were having a blast.
I'm like, they swam rare. We don't have no swim. Okay, got you. And I have to say, we're sisters, same parents, and also talk about mom had her surgery too, and she came through just fine. Like a probably inpatient, outpatient thing.
Yes.
But she celebrates all the holidays, or she's working on weaning more her stuff off, and I don't sell any of those holidays. So we just kind of like had a, well, you know what? Our Reverend Clark, that our childhood pastor, was in town because before we went to Jamaica, we were walking down the other end of the street, and I looked over at the kiosk for this little tiny church, real cute, and it said her name, Reverend, Clark. What? I was like, what? So good thing our sister, she called us and she said, hey, guess who's in town and do you want to go together? So she picked us up, and it was just, my husband and I and our sister. Yet she evolves. And it was nice. It would have been nice to see a lot more people that she has influenced in this little town. It would have been nice to see more people there. But it was their regular congregation, and then my husband, myself, our sister, and Miss Donna P. From so she was there. So it was a nice message too. and I gave not critiquing, but it's nice to see women or people the same age as our father. And I guess,
Right.
so Reverend Clark, she was up there, she was doing her thing. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, she's the same
Thank you,
age as our
Holy
dad.
Spirit. Yeah.
And she was able to travel by train from her state that she lives
Yes.
in now and,
Mm-hmm.
and come on down here. So it was nice. That was it was a good message too. And it was nice to be in church live because we do, my husband, my family, we watch our church via video, which I'm sure now a lot of people do it that way. And there's like 50, ever since the pandemic, 50% of the people now are watching from home, and some people have gone back to church. So
Right.
again, we're sisters, and our families are, and our dynamics are, a little bit different, but we have the
Yes.
same values and same morals, right?
Amen.
Yeah. So that was nice. So it was a nice quiet afternoon. I think that we actually went to one of the local restaurants and carried the food out and came back home and just chilled out.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
any
so today, so my son cooked yesterday. We talked about him cooking, and it was a
right.
whole. And he actually sat aside. He had one portion of the sauce. Like it was so good. You got to keep talking about it. So one portion of the sauce was just shrimp in the sauce, and then the other side was chicken in the sauce. But we had mushrooms in it and onions in it. I mean, it was so good, make you want to smack your mama. Better not, right? but delicious. So,
Yeah.
because one of my daughters is not a fan of shrimp anymore, so it's like that. But it was so good. But today is my day to cook, and yes. So, guess what soup Audrey was making today?
What's that?
Soup de escona. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. It went out. Your volume went up and down. So say it again.
Soup de escona.
Super Discona. Yes.
Yes. So that is on the menu for today. We already had the garlic bread already ready from yesterday's. So I went to the store this morning. Well, I started out dropping my grandson off to his camp. He is so excited about the camp that he's in right now. And
Your
this
little
is week
guy,
2.
your little grandson?
Yeah, the
Your second.
12-year-old.
Okay.
So he is so super excited. This is like a week 2, day 2 of his camp. And he is so stinking excited about it. When they're willing to wake up and call you, say, "Are you on your way?" I'm like, well, okay. That's a good camp. So I dropped him off to his camp, and I drop him off every day for camp in the morning. And then from there, I said, there's a wonderful cafe. It's a coffee shop. And it's a little coffee shop that I don't think it actually had a whole lot of people going in. People don't know about it. It's in a little nook. So it's kind of hard to see. But can I just tell you, okay, I'm going to tell you the location just because, it's a really good shop, but I want to put it out there just because. So the shop, the shop is called, I wrote it down here. It's called Mas Cafe.
Okay.
So MAS space CAFE. Cafe. And they had the SA foodie person come, and if you get evaluated, I call it evaluation. If they come in and they do a review on you, you better be either really good or know that you need to get better. So she came, did her little review on that little cute little shop. It's the cutest little shop. And the owner is like the sweetest person. Like you see her, you talk to her, you want her to thrive. Mas Cafe, and I went in again, and she recognized me and knew what coffee I wanted. And I added a little to it, and I was like, that coffee is so good. She deserved the wonderful review she received from SA Foodie because she's
Cafe con
amazing.
leche. I remember in Spain I had cafe con leche. Was it cafe con leche?
So, and that's funny you should say that because I had the tres leches con a little bit of coconut. Oh my Lord, delicious. So
we have to say that our families are international. We're like United Nations. So we'll talk about that after you the blend of our family. Go ahead. After you talk about the cafe con leche.
So delicious. Best coffee shop. That's my recommendation. If you're here in the area, when the SA Foodie came through, she sold out that day. The next day, she had to close up to replenish, restock, and then she was reopened. That's how good it was. And all I can say is a good review will get you far. So long story short is make sure you're on the up and up. Make sure whatever your food, whatever your restaurant is, whatever your niche is, be good at it. She deserved it. Mwah.
All right. Let me put that. Let me see. What was the name of her shop again?
Mas Cafe.
Okay. I'll have to put that somewhere now. Nice. Nice.
Yes. So
Mas Cafe.
Oh, yes. Delicioso.
And so we were talking about, besides the fact that we brushed over real quick, with cafes, 2 F's or 1?
1. C-A-F-E apostrophe. Or that little accent, should I say.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things I had to hit because she's just delicious. And I've been waiting for 2 weeks to talk about that.
Wait, so was that, so can I say that was in San Antonio or where's that?
Yeah, SA Seafood is SA Seafood. That's another place we'll talk about another day. Did I take you there, SA Seafood?
Not yet.
Okay, well, anyhow, right now we're talking about SA Foodie came to the Mas Cafe and it blew up.
SA Foodie. Okay. Nice. Yeah. And so then
Broken Egg says hello in English or Spanish. Broken Egg. And then when below it, I wish we could translate it, but hello to the one under Broken Egg. Yes, indeed.
So, and we'd like for you all to come in and say where you're from.
Yeah.
English or Spanish. Well, we speak English over here. Yeah.
I got a few catchphrases and that's all I got. Spanglish.
Okay, so let's talk about the dynamics of our family. So American, obviously African American, Black American, whatever you want to call us, Negroes. I'm married to a Jamaican guy. Born and raised in Jamaica to a certain age, and then he came over to the United States, and he was raised in Connecticut. And then you, on the other hand,
my husband is Mexicano. And long story short was he's supposed to be a Mexican American. He is now. However, they went for a party over and on the other side of the border. And so he was born over there. So technically he could be a dual citizen, but his birth certificate says Mexico. But he's a citizen, he has been a citizen for decades now. However, his mom tricked him.
Did she know that? She was normally when you're that close to giving birth.
Yeah, but when you have weddings and stuff like that, you always want to try to attend, and you're only across the border, so you think, it'll be fine. So
they probably drove.
Exactly. So my mother-in-law has 4 children, including my husband, and 2 of them ended up that was supposed to be born in the United States are Mexican citizens, naturalized.
Wow. Yeah, and my husband's a naturalized citizen too. Yeah. So
gotta stay home. Gotta stay home.
Wait. So in your house.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me saying, because your son your baby boy has a flair, and his is not a Mexican flair. So he has
So his flair is Italiano.
Yes.
So come Italiano. Yes. So long story short is we have Black Latinos and we have Black Italian.
Okay. Italian. and then to even further, stretch out this United Nations part is that our brother's children are half Polish. So you can't tell us nothing, okay? We are the United Nations.
We are the United Nations over here.
Yes. Because there's some people like, oh, I have no, we got it all over here. Okay. All right. Yes. So anyway, so I'm actually, so after we usually have our little video session, I'm doing editing, but I'm trying to do all that, especially while you're on with me. I'm just typing in Mas Cafe in San Antonio, and then we have the SA Foodie. So there are people who go around to different restaurants and probably give them a rating. Yeah. Give them a rating. So yeah.
So if you ever want to know a good place to eat, look up the SA Foodie person and she'll let you know exactly. She's got pictures, everything. And it's funny because the cafe, Mas Cafe, she has a picture of Frida on it, Frida from Mexico, and with the eyebrows and yeah. So long story short is, if you look at the picture, it's like, although it's Frida style, it looks like the owner ish in the whole Mexican, Frida,
Got you.
traditional
Got
clothing.
you.
So you try to get the right words out.
So yeah, right, and be politically correct, right?
Exactly. Even though I have no filter, I try to have a semblance of a filter. Yeah. So, but really sweet. It makes you want to go every day, just to purchase the coffee and have the environment.
Well,
Yes.
I have to make sure that I go there the next time I'm there.
All right, we will. We
I
shall.
don't know. I'm kind of getting to where the traveling thing, man. I mean, it can be fun, but like I said, they itemize the heck out of you. And then I don't understand. You're gonna have to tell me this. Look, maybe we can inform some of our listeners, because one of my daughters could travel and have first get on the plane first because of the TA thing. Now, if you're retired, can you buy into the TA thing? Is it called TA?
As TSA. TSA.
Okay, TSA. The TSA. So is that something that if you're retired, and even though, like, can you buy into the TSA?
Anybody can actually buy. Actually, there are TSA offices all around the nation. You just go to the TSA, whatever the location is, and you can get it done lickety split. They said that there's usually like a month turnaround or whatever. I got mine in like 7 to 10 days. It was really, really fast. Like, I don't know, 5 to 10 days or something like that. So for me, it was amazing. I mean, the guy went in there, I gave him the information, you type whatever you need to type up, and voila.
So it's not something that you find on military bases, because you've been holding out on me. Because like I mean, like, you travel back and forth to Connecticut 2 or 3 times, talk about TSA, and we won't tell the story about me giving you. Wait. So before she left, I wanted to share me being the loving sister that I am. I wanted to share my protein shake with her, because we're like on this, get our bodies and just be the healthiest people that we can be.
Yeah.
Well, I gave her the container without any labels, and she thought, oh, I'm gonna go through TSA because I can carry this Italian sandwich and these sandwiches from Portland, Maine. She drove all the way. She has before driven to Portland, Maine for a sandwich, and they let you carry it onto the plane. So I don't know what we were thinking about. Gave her this protein powder. She got stopped by TSA. Had to take off her shoe. It was in a plastic baggie. Tell the story. You can tell the story.
So can I just tell you that because I'm TSA, I'm not gonna say I cut it short, because I know that, like,
she was a bit snooty. She was a bit snooty. I'm a TSA member. I don't have to take off my shoes at the gate. I don't have to take off my shoes at the gate.
Well, long story short is I know that I can go to the airport an hour or less because I'm TSA. Just show the TSA. It's kind of like, and now they even one up me. TSA, there's a one better than that now. It's called Clear. You can do the Clear, and like the line is shorter than the TSA now. It's like everybody is now becoming hip on the TSA to the point where Clear is one step above it, where there's like no line. So there's that. But anyway, back to TSA. I got there and had plenty of time. I felt good. There was like no stress at all. I got in a line. TSA got me in.
Was that Boston or Providence?
That was Boston.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Boston. Okay. And so, oh Lord. So, like I said, I have plenty of time. There's nothing to worry about. I put my bags on the little, conveyor belt, to be seen and all that good stuff. And we all know how you could only have a certain amount of liquids or whatever go through. And we all know that, whatever you have, medicine, whatever, as long as you have a label on it, you're good to go, right? Good to go. Yeah. So it's my first time trying to travel. Make an attempt to bring some powder from my sister's home. And now when it goes through the machine, it's like, alert. It doesn't say that, but they red flag.
Yeah, they stopped her like she was a criminal.
You have no idea. Shoes off, this off. Do you want to go to a private room to get patted down? Also, oh father.
Wait for the dogs to come in and sniff. Wait for the kit to come so they can sample it or whatever.
So then I had to wait for a very special person to come down, an agent to come down from wherever he came from. Took him like forever. So now I'm kind of freaking out a little bit because I went from like having plenty of time to like now waiting for a dude that I have not seen yet. So he comes strolling in, has all these tattoos on, like, I used to be military. You want to take my time, going to check all your stuff. So long story short is they have to swab the outside, check the inside, do a little sample, make sure it's not whatever they think it's going to be, and I'm thinking, oh my Lord, this is taking so long. I got to pat down in front of all these people because I didn't want to go to a private room. I figured it'd be so much longer if I go to a room. Don't know where the rooms are and didn't feel comfortable about being by myself somewhere, getting the pat down. So I said, no, whatever you're going to do, you can do right here. No, nothing to hide. Yeah, so that happened. And finally, it got to the point where I was about to miss my flight. I mean, I'm like, can you just can you call my gate and tell them? They were like laughing at me. Can you call my gate and let them know that this is happening? And I'm like, no. But we're almost finished. Like they're like so calm. Like just saying, your urgency has nothing to do with me. So
is that a part of customs? Is that a part of customs too, or is that a part of what?
So I guess you can call it a form of custom, but you don't normally need customs to go through like a regular TSA line, But so and then they were going through all my stuff, right? And if you know me, if I'm bringing a small bag, I try to pack that thing to the gills. So I have a small luggage bag, and then a bag that goes a carry-on bag on top of that one. Like a little whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they go through everything, and now they're having issues putting the stuff back in, which made it harder for me to get back to my gate. And so, like now, I'm trying not to get a little stressed,
Did they supply you? Did they supply you at least a cart to like a drive from that spot to your gate?
You're funny. Oh no, ma'am.
I
So
mean,
now I am range walking. If you're in the military, you know what a range walk is. It's like you can't run, but you can't walk because you'll be late or whatever. But range walk. So I am moving it. I'm already tired. This stuff is heavy, and I got to go all the way down to my gate. And of course, it's not the gate, the first gate going down. It's the gate all the way at the very end. I'm like, oh, Father. By the time I got there, they were already like Gordon, like close to the end of all the groups. Yeah, and I'm sweaty trying to calm myself down before I get inside this plane, but made it. Thank God. Skin of the teeth. But the way they just like the whole smirk laugh they gave me, like me asking, can they call the gate and let them know I'm coming? No. That was a hard no.
but you know what though? I know that we're not the type to always write a letter for everything, but sometimes you just want to because by the time you get home, you're happy you're home. You're glad that you arrived safely, and then life begins again. And so we don't write those letters. But sometimes I tell you what, some people just need to be written up, just for rudeness and just for inconvenience. But anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, but customer service, like everything with a smile.
Yes.
I think that we're always right, but long story short is that was mean. My feelings were hurt. Oh gosh, what are you gonna do? You're at the mercy of whoever's coming. So there's that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's a lot. I really, like I said, I really enjoyed. It's like when you take a vacation and you can get up at 7 and go eat breakfast, but you're just still on your little moo your little you have those little moo but pretty moo all the way down. Mine went all the way down to the floor, and then going back to the room, relaxing a little bit, get some steps in, and then come back for lunch. And then you know what? Who really needed lunch as much as you eat for breakfast and then dinner? Yeah. It's like I could have skipped a couple of meals, And then they had, I'm sure too, they had. So aside from that, you can go to the beach and you can get hamburgers and hot dogs, which I didn't have it. I didn't have not one hamburger. I want not hot dog. One hot dog. I mean,
when you go to Jamaica, no, ma'am. I give you some oxtails.
And at the grill near the beach. You could have like jerk pork and jerk chicken.
Yes, please.
So all those things. Look, my husband and I were like drinking ginger beer and my kids at dinner time, they broke out like, yes, may I have a glass of white wine, please? I'm like, so after the third or fourth night, I'm like, I think I'd like to try some white wine, please. I mean, I'm not driving anywhere,
Exactly, and your children are kind of fancy, so
you know what I'm saying.
Red wines, rosé.
Yeah. So it's funny how you pour all these things into your children, And then as they get to a certain age, they pour some stuff back into you, which is a good thing. That's how, you know. Yeah. So your son, I love the fact, I'm like, he left his garden. I mean, he has I don't even know, I can't call it a farm yet because he doesn't have any farm animals, but I mean,
he does his
just
thing.
The amount of planting and meticulousness that goes into planning ahead. So yeah, by the time, well, I think I've been gone for 2 weeks, and then a week before that, you know, having little plants like this size that are like all these different types of basil and all these different types of tomato and so the fact that you said that he was in Texas, I was like, what? He left his garden?
And he'll can those tomatoes also. And I'm so proud of him. Like long story short is he's got a garden, another garden. So that's good news. Because I can tell you, I've left many times my home, and when I come back, my garden's like,
yes.
Someone kill me. Yeah. So if I leave my home and it's hot outside, we'll just say that all my plants go to heaven. Plant heaven.
No. This time we had our family friend, we call her Aunt Donna. Lent her, take the car, please, so you don't have to, and just come back and forth, check my mail, and please check out my garden. And so she was out there watering my garden. She even added some garlic in there. She added some potatoes in there. And so I just came back, and that was wonderful. So I think that I would definitely, that's worth it, because you put so much time and effort into
exactly
it. You want to come back and have it all,
right. So, and can I tell you that my husband did give me the warning. He said, when you leave, only thing I'm going to water is the avocado plant. And so, I had rosemary and peppers and all kinds of things in the garden. And I said, okay, because when you have to do what you got to do. One's got to do what one's going to do. So I came back, and that avocado plant looked stellar. That's all.
Everything else was
compost. Everything else was ready to be killed in compost.
He kept his word. Hi, Gunnar Harmon. Hi. Yeah, he kept his word. But a garden is no joke. And it's funny because our Aunt Donna, she said, something. I said, something might be, the strawberries might be ready to pick. I'm like, I just like to plant it. I just like to plant it and watch it grow. And then, now guaranteed, when the red raspberries come in, I'm picking them buggers, because it's between me and the birds, just me and my son, and them birds. We're fighting over them berries,
It's so funny you should say that, because I already told you that my nectarine plant flourished, and it actually bloomed and flourished and all that early, right?
You take a picture of it?
Coming on. I already showed you the nectarines. Remember that in the basket? If you go to my Ajua on the TikTok. Yeah. But I had blackberries out there and strawberries out there. And for a while, we had so many blackberries on it. And I was like, wow, we're seeing a whole lot of birds. It didn't dawn on me, birds in my blackberries, right? So I would get some, and then they would get some, and I would get some, and then they would get So the only ones they actually missed, Scotty actually kept them away. My puppy over here, kept a lot of them away. But I must say, the ones that they missed were the ones that were underneath the leaves. So I was like, yes, I still get some. My husband and I were sharing like the last few on the bush there, and they were so sweet, good, maybe not over exaggerated, but good size, so, but tasty. Now we go to our HEBs, because that's our favorite grocery store, right? And not to mention, they have everything there is better because it's fresh. And our blackberries were better than theirs, and they have some good blackberries. So next year, so the next time it actually blossoms and actually produces fruit, I'll make sure to have a nice little net over it. I need to get one of those. You ever see that commercial with the elderly lady that says you got to do everything by yourself, everything yourself? She's stuffing herself with straw everywhere, and she gets up there and goes, ah! I said, I know I won't do that personally. I thought that was funny, but I'm going to get a little crow, scarecrow out there to scare everything away. Because I said, look at all these beautiful birds. Oh, red cardinals. Yeah. They were standing by for us to leave so they can eat my blackberries.
Yeah. And when you put the crow out there, get an old CD, a CD thing, and hang it from it, because I think there's something about the shining and the way that it shakes that it makes them think that the person is, it's a real person or whatever.
Exactly. Yes, you're right. We have a master gardener at my church. And that's the one thing she said that I didn't do, but I didn't expect so many nectarines on my tree. And I didn't even dawn on me to do it for the blackberry bush. But the strawberries, they hit the strawberries a little bit, but they only produce a little bit this year because they're new. My whole strawberry bed died when we had that big frost that time. And usually they come back every year. I haven't done anything besides pick them. Those are great. But now I'm starting anew. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. What else?
But today went by fast. We're gonna have to, like you said, maybe even start to do it a couple times a week. But
yeah,
right now it's already 45 minutes, and I know my son is waiting to go to his graduation pool party type of thing. So, family duty calls. But so anybody who's hopping on now, because our Tanzanian friend might be jumping in, she'll have to catch it. Sorry, we're apologizing to you ahead of time that we had to jump on early. But
you didn't say her name this time.
Yeah, I just leave it as a daughter of the Most High.
Okay.
Daughter of the Most High in Tanzania.
Yes.
But you know what, people also watch. Okay, I don't want to get political or whatever. I'm not going to go there. But watch the news. You can't just keep watching like CNN and ABC, CBS, all those things. Y'all need to go to like some BBC. Y'all need to go to some BBC. Yes. And all those different things and find out what's really going on. I mean, we need to prepare and have an escape plan. Mine has always been to, my mom lives out in the country. It's like, okay, if you see a flashlight or a fire burning in the woods, you'll know that I'm out there in the tent, that I escaped from Connecticut.
Yeah, but wait, can I just tell you that my kids think and my husband, they think I'm a little loony because I believe in, I'm not going to say I'm a prepper, but I want to be a prepper. I'm preparing to be a prepper. And so I give my kids like practical things that are going to help them in the event that, EMP or whatever, apocalypse comes, right?
Yeah, right.
So, but I said that everybody needs to have a map. You have to have a map. This is not a map. I'm just saying, you have to have one. And they're like, that's passe. They didn't say passe, but they're pretty much saying that who has a map? I mean, you need to have a map of the whole United States, at least, So that's my whole mentality. Make sure you have burning matches that you can use in with when it's raining outside. Just those practical things. And you
don't have to tell me because before the pan. The pan situation happened. I was sounding. I said, I know I'm looking so crazy right now, like Beyonce was. Got me looking so crazy right now. But y'all need to put some rice and some beans in the basement. And it's like, what's happening? I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. You need to prepare.
10 to 20 pound bag. I'm a believer.
Yep. So on that note, people. Go ahead.
But in saying that, you also have to be aware you need to rotate some things out also. Like my flower, I had to rotate out. Yeah.
And I need to do that too. But because the same one's still down there. But with that, people, we're going to end on the prepper note. If you're not a prepper, just be prepared. Even the Bible says, what's the scripture says, that you should be ready in season and out of season. And there's more sayings that I can come up with right now.
But look at the ants. The ants prepare themselves, right? So we need to be like ants and prepare ourselves. And so, I mean, there's wisdom in little critters.
Yes. So be prepared. Yes. So that's all we have for you right now, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Connecticut Housewives or
Housewives of Connecticut.
Yes. So you have Connecticut in the house and you have Texas in the house. And we so appreciate you. Thank you for all the people who have joined. And if you have not, go in and check out some of my other videos, including the 2-minute video saying that I was stuck in the airport with the big tears. You know how long it takes to try and edit, and I got those tears popping out. I'm not sure if you saw it on Instagram, but because that's what attracts people and gets their attention. But it shows big tears coming out of my eyes that we were stuck in the airport in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So just go and click around and just come back and join us next week. Hopefully it will be 1:00. But that's all we have for you now.
It's going to be 1:00 on Eastern time, but it's going to be
1:00 Eastern time, 12:00 on Central time. Yes. Thank you. All right then. Love you. Peace. What do we? Peace. Love
and blessings.
We love you. Until next time. Share a friend, subscribe, and like the comments. All right. Peace and blessings. Bye, guys.